Hi, I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories coming up on today's show. As the variety of scams continues to increase, the RCMP are alerting you of the latest message now circulating. This time appearing to be coming from the Canada Revenue Agency. 18-year-old Megan Chisholm of Swift Current has already swam 8 kilometers. She's in the midst of her endurance training as she prepares to swim the English Channel this July. The Great Plains College Gymnasium in Swift Current was transformed into an elegant backdrop for the second annual Ackland Granger's Carhartts and Caviar Welding Showcase and Auction. Thanks for joining us here today. The RCMP are warning you of yet another scam that's circulating, this time appearing to stem from the Revenue Canada Agency. It doesn't matter the time of day, whether you're at home or the office. Scam artists are trying to get your personal information and often your money, either by telephone or email. And as the variety of scams continues to increase, the RCMP are alerting you of the latest message now circulating, this time appearing to be coming from the Canada Revenue Agency.
So use logos that appear to be legitimate. On the phone, they'll often provide fake employee identification numbers, and they talk very fast to sort of confuse the caller. And they also use sensational language to try and get your attention and invoke a reaction or a response from you. Some of the ones we've seen are they'll phone you up, tell you that you're eligible for an Interac cash deposit into your account. They'll request your personal banking information in order to make the transaction go through, and people sometimes will provide that banking information. Another one that we've seen is where they'll phone you up, email a letter, and say that you have been flagged as being part of possible tax evasion fraud. And in order to clear your name, they require personal information, sometimes an updated tax form, in order to clear yourself. So people, like I said, they get that reaction and that sense of panic, so they'll send it in electronically.
Corporal Smith adds that like any reputable company, the Canada Revenue Agency would never contact you by email or phone for this reason. And if you are receiving these types of messages, call your local RCMP immediately or the CRA directly. You should always keep in mind that if a message or offer sounds suspicious, or whether the offer is too good to be true, it likely is.
Fact check if you get a call unsolicited from a company, from an agency that doesn't appear, to make sense. Look into it. There's a very good chance that you're being targeted for a scam.
In the end, this is your personal identity, and often money which is at stake. And you have full control of who you choose to give this information to. If you do suspect fraudulent activity, contact your local police department immediately, or go online to the Anti-Fraud Center. A Swift Current woman has set her sights on swimming the English Channel. We have more in this report. It's almost 9 a.m. on a Friday morning, and as many are just starting their day, 18-year-old Megan Chisholm of Swift Current has already swam 8 kilometers. On this particular day, she's in the midst of her endurance training as she prepares to swim the English Channel this July. Her goal is to cover the English Channel in a matter of 12 hours across the 34-kilometer stretch. A similar feat which he's attempting here at the local pool.
Well, it's always been a dream. I've always wanted to swim the English Channel, and this summer I decided now is the time. I'll be young, I'll be more in shape than I will be in the future. So I decided, that now is the time and now is the opportunity, and I'm taking the year off from school. I work at the pool, so I get that extra experience, I don't stop until I succeed. I'm not a quitter, and I'm going to finish it.
Chisholm adds that the pool water of 29 degrees is much warmer than that of the English Channel, which is slated around the 15-degree mark. And therefore she plans to swim in area lakes in May and June, and possibly a trip to BC for a saltwater experience as well. And once her big swim day arrives, she'll be one of 6 others booked during the week of July 19th through the 26th to swim the channel, with a number of strict guidelines, from ensuring she's completed a 6-hour pre-qualifying swim, to ensuring her swim cap and suit are not insulated, all the while enduring the elements of the 34-kilometer stretch.
There's going to be a boat that's going to be following me right beside me. My family and friends will be on the boat watching me, and there's a spotter that's going to be watching me the entire time, making sure everything is okay. If it's dark outside, I'll have a flasher on my back and on my swim cap so that reflecting so that they can see where I am. When it's time to stop and rehydrate and get nutrition in, they actually will throw a fishing line out, and they'll be, you know, attached to a water bottle, attached to a box with my food inside, and I'll have to be treading water while eating because I can't be, no one can touch me or no one can, you know, have any contact. It's all on me, all treading water, no holding on to anything.
And although Chisholm is funding her costs for the swim and the trip overseas through her own personal savings while working as a lifeguard, she's also busy fundraising for the JDRF as a way of giving back to the community. Once she completes her crossing of the English Channel, Chisholm will receive a certificate of participation and have her photo taken and later included in the Channel Swimming Association guidebook. Southwest TV News will continue to follow Megan Chisholm's journey in the coming months. Welding students at Great Plains College showed off their artistic side at an annual auction, with all proceeds going towards scholarships. The Great Plains College Gymnasium in Swift Current was transformed into an elegant backdrop for the 2nd annual Ackland Granger's Carhartts and Caviar Welding Showcase and Auction. An array of items created and designed by the students from the GPC Pre-Employment Welding Program were on display and ready for the auction block. All unique pieces created with the city's centennial theme in mind. Weeks of hard work, which these students were excited to share with the community.
Bench was the big one for me because I did all the framework for the bench and I did the woodwork for it as well.
We shaped the roses, we cut out the hummingbirds and the grass, and it was kind of a group idea, so we started with one thing and then branched onto another thing.
And as the bidding continued throughout the evening with the live auction and the Auction X items, corporate sponsors like Ackland's Granger were pleased to be a part of this worthy cause.
I couldn't be any happier. It's great. Absolutely fantastic. The support from the whole community, from other businesses in the industry, and the whole community support has been tremendous, and I think Jared has done a great job. And we're proud to be the lead sponsor for the event for the 2nd year and plan to do it again.
Key partnerships and fundraising efforts such as this evening, which enable Great Plains College to continue to offer quality programs and scholarships for future students.
A core part of our relationship is going to be a relationship with the community. And so the support that we're getting from industry, local industry, and business in the community is part and parcel of how we do our business and survive. So it's essential.
A final tally is yet to be announced for the 2nd annual Ackland's Granger Carhartts and Caviar Auction. However, early indication is that this year's event surpassed the $10,000 raised in 2013. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.